Hello. Um, Maybe I can do this quickly, in under 10 minutes. This is my goal. So this is going to go very, very quickly. I'm not going to be able to explain every last little detail here. Okay, wildfires, Hawaii. Okay, um, the actual day Lahaina burned, I think, was 8/8, August the 8th. Okay, so there's our 8/8 reference. Okay, again, the reason why 88 was important was because when we went from our dollar bill date of 5/5, okay, the 5th of May, and you go 88 days, that took us to our all important number 18 reference, which was the 1st of August, okay, and that 1/8 reference is a symbolism of man, physical mankind, and that idea of resurrection, okay. And this is what's going on with this wildfire as well. Okay, this is the end of a cycle. This is what a wildfire represents. It's the destruction of the old growth to allow new growth. Okay, so the destruction of what was there to allow new growth. Okay, the same with the flood. You know, washing away all the old stuff, and then there's the new. You know, the new growth comes from after the flood. Okay, so the deluge, the wildfire, this is all rebirth symbolism, the end of a cycle, beginning of a new cycle. So this is why, and actually, the reason why this is going on, again, this is double referenced in these stories from coming out of this whole event, is people running in and jumping into the sea. Okay, so it's almost like a baptism by fire and baptism by water as well. Idea of jumping into the sea, okay, to be saved and then resurrected again, come back out of the sea. Okay, that idea of baptism, rebirth. So that's what's going on with the story. And obviously the 88 is prominent, and obviously we could do all the kind of, you know, the mythology behind the names of the places, and we could do some gematria, but I'm not really going to look at that. I'm just going to look at this image, and I'm going to tell you what it connects to for me, because this is the image that I kept seeing. Okay, and for me this is a burning pyramid. And where do we see the pyramid? Okay, I know it's not a burning pyramid, but that's what it looks like. Okay, um, and that's what I'm getting the sense of there. Okay, and so where do we see the pyramid? Here on the back of the dollar bill. Okay, and obviously I've referred to this as being Vegas before, and this as being Phoenix, Arizona before. Okay, and in the middle is the Hoover Dam, the borderline between the two states. Okay, and what's interesting as well is if we, you know, we look at the seals now, and we go and we start talking about state seals, we're going to see something that's very interesting. But before I move on to that, this connection with the dollar bill, there's a very special connection with the dollar bill with Hawaii, because they came out with a special dollar bill in the Second World War, just in case Japan invaded Hawaii and took it over. They had this dollar bill printed up with Hawaii stamped on it. Okay, and the idea here is that if this fell into enemy hands, they couldn't cash it in, basically. Okay, so it would become worthless if Hawaii fell. So this is interesting that we have this connection back to the dollar bill, and it's interesting we have the connection back to the previous version to what we have now. Okay, this is a silver certificate dollar bill, and it has the two lamp posts on it. Okay, what I've referred to before in Back to the Future with the wire coming across the top of the two lamp posts could be a connection to this dollar bill. Okay, so that is pretty kind of interesting. I will say a couple of things. This is the dollar bill that heavily encodes 5/9. Obviously, our current dollar bill does encode it, but it's a little bit more tricky to see. And you're looking at these berries here, and the leaves and berries here. There are actually 8 full leaves. There's a partial leaf in here, and so that makes either 8 or 9 leaves, depending on the way you want to look at it. And there's 5 berries, and this is repeated on each side. So this is 5/9 reference, 95 reference, or a 5/8 reference. In our current dollar bill, it looks more like a 5/8. But That being said, there is a hint of one extra leaf in our current dollar bill, but you wouldn't really know it unless you looked at this one to see that this was actually a 5-9 reference if you read it that way. Okay, so it's important, this 5-9 reference, because I'm going to go through that in a minute. Okay, but this connection with Hawaii, again, if we go to actually, before I go to this, let's go to the seal of Hawaii. Okay, and we can have a quick goosey gander at that, because as I was saying, that dollar bill has the 2 lampposts. Well, this seal also contains, on this kind of shieldy thing here in the middle, it's kind of interesting that we have what looks like 2 lampposts over here. I don't know what else to say about it other than that. And we also have this thing here, like on the dollar bill we have the eagle that could be looked as the phoenix rising from the flames. Here we have what looks like the phoenix rising from the flames. Okay, so again, pretty interesting. Obviously we have the physical and the metaphysical here, you know, the sun and the moon, and whichever way you want to look at it. Obviously I'm getting hints of Britannia here, you know, Athena, if you like, you know, and again with the Union Jack that's used in the flag of Hawaii for some strange reason. Again, we've gone through a lot of symbolism with the Union Jack, and obviously Union Jack, the one, John, John the one, you know, and we've gone through. I've talked about that an awful lot and sort of made little references to John and the one quite a bit, or John being the one. Okay, obviously they became a state in 1959. Again, there's another 5-9 reference. And obviously the reason why I'm picking on this 5-9 is because 5-9 obviously takes us to the day after 4-9, which this year is Labor Day, which is again is encoded in the dollar bill. I've shown you that where when you fold it correctly, it looks like, and you reopen it out, it looks like Washington's head is coming up out of the dam. Okay, and that reveals several dates, but one of those dates is 122 days on from 5-5, the 5th of May. Okay, and of course we have other connections with 5-5, like just to go random here for a second, Steve Stevens, Billy Idol's counterpart, if you like, the guy that sort of rocks out with him, does the guitar work most of the time, born 59. Billy Idol's actually born in 55, I think. And interestingly, he's born May 5th. Okay, so we have Billy Idol. Obviously, if you break that name down, the bill, like the dollar bill, the I is the one, I, and then the doll, the dollar, doll. Billy Idol, okay, name for the dollar bill. Interesting with the Steve Stevens, again, 5th of May connection. Okay, you just can't write this stuff, I'm telling you. Anyway, so all these connections back. Anyway, where was I going to go with this now? I was going to show you some of these number jumps. Obviously, Hawaii as well. There's a nice connection. It's obviously the last state. It's the 50th state. So it's that idea of getting to the end now. Okay. Again, the 50 is the bullseye. The thing we got to shoot the arrow through, the bullseye. That's in darts. Your score is 50. Okay. 50 is the bullseye. This is the 50th state. Again, pretty interesting. And if we look at the actual date when Hawaii got its statehood, is the 21st of August. That is 4 days inclusive, like a Lazarus rebirth. Okay, so 21, 22, 23, 24, 8/24 is the counterpart date, the twin date, i.e. To the 9th of May. So, i.e., the 9th of May is the 129th day of the year. 129 days left in the year is the 24th of August. So this date is connected via a Lazarus rebirth type thing to the 24th of August, which obviously could be another Hoover Dam date. for that thing to fall. And obviously you have that connection back to when all this nonsense kind of really kicked off in high gear with Kobe in that crazy helicopter crash where the helicopter somehow turned from a black color to a blue and white in the wreckage. Okay, so a staged event, or something very weird going on with that event at least. And again, he's wearing, for half of his career sort of thing with the Lakers, he's wearing the number 8, and then for the other half he's wearing number 24. Okay, and number 24, the number 24. So you get 8/24, the 24th of August from those jersey numbers. Okay, 10 years in each. Again, 20 years total, which is again like Odysseus and the Odyssey, a 20-year voyage, 10 years off to war, 10 years making the voyage home. What more do I say? And then at the end of that, to prove himself, he's got to shoot his arrow through the eye of the axe head. He's got to, here's Johnny, he's got to shoot that axe through the arrow through the axe head handle, the eye there, through the bullseye. Okay, so that's what we've got going on. Okay, 8/24, that connection there. The Hawaii connection with the dollar bill. A very, special thing. This is, as far as I'm aware, the only dollar bill that has a state just stamped right across it. They did make another version of this for the war, for troops out in North Africa, but they just changed the seal color. I think it was a yellow seal. This one's got a red on it. I think the normal, I don't know what the normal one was on a silver certificate, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Not at the minute anyway. What else did I want to say about this? So there was a story, and let me show you the story, which is this guy right here. Okay, and I can't say the name. I'm not even going to try and say it. Okay, it's like Vix. Well, if you were to say it in English, it would be Vixe Phone. I can't even say it. But what I'm getting out of the name, if you can make the name out in the story, okay, this Vix, V-I-X, okay, of course, if you look at Roman numerals, 511, 511, again, that's a heavily connected date with all of this stuff. If you've watched my decode, you'll know that 511 is super heavy on what is going on. Or obviously, there's even there's so many ways you could break that set of numbers down. You could even potentially make a 5/9 out of that, the start of his name, if you really wanted to. You could take that I away from the X and make a 9 there, and you could have 5/9. Okay, not the correct way to do Roman numerals, but at this point, it's just like I'm just saying what I'm seeing. Obviously, the phone in here, like the phoenix rising from the flames. So this phone in the start of his name, and then the link, obviously like Lincoln. Obviously, there's that connection with back to the penny, back to 100 pennies in a dollar, back to the Lincoln Memorial, which looks like the Ark of the Covenant, and the Ark of the Covenant has the 2 winged angels on it, like the Hoover Dam has the 2 winged angels. And so you can go around in circles with these references, and obviously Ham at the end of here as well, if you were to pronounce it a little bit differently. Ham, obviously that connection to Noah, the Bible, the flood, the deluge, so all kinds of connections with the name, but the name is just off the chart. The phone in the start of that is just pretty interesting, I think. He's also got this shirt on. I don't know if I can get a better clip of it. Obviously, there's somebody in the background there with the black and white bars. That's pretty interesting as well. But he's got this shirt on anyway. It's Boza, and it's 97. Okay, and this is a as far as I'm aware, this is a let's just go to the guy. Here he is. Okay, so he played for Ohio State. Again, Ohio, I've talked about that, and the kind of how that references the Who again, I Who, the Buckeye state as well. Again, Buckeye, the buck, the eye of the buck. So there's a ton of cross references you can make with this guy. But one of the big things is, so Nick Bosa, one of the big things is he plays for, I don't know if he still plays for I'm guessing he still plays for the 49ers. Okay. 2019, he probably maybe still plays for them. Anyway, I haven't read all the stuff on here, but I just really was looking at the birthday, and you know, his number here on the shirt. Obviously, he's got the same number, 97. He's carried that number on from Ohio State, and I don't know how common that is. And again, the 49ers, 4-9 this year. The 9th of April was Easter Sunday, the resurrection of Christ. Again, Labor Day this year is 9/4, September the 4th. Okay, again, labor, going into labor is giving birth. So although it's named for, you know, workers, and it's like a worker holiday, again, it's named for the birth. So again, with the idea of Madonna and holiday, it gets the old mind ticking a little bit. With that song, we need a day to get together to release the pressure, like the pressure that's behind the dam. Interesting. Obviously, Labor Day is a holiday, bank holiday, and so there's all these ideas flowing here. Excuse the pun, flowing. But and I'll show you this 97 in the chart as well, how that connects up, and the 1, 2, 3 as well with the 10/23 of his birthday. So this 4-9, again, Labor Day, 49ers, the 49ers, and that is referenced heavily. San Francisco, of course, is heavily referenced in Back to the Future, and in fact, it was the San Francisco Reserve Bank that printed this thing. Okay, I think it says down here somewhere, yeah. So again, this idea, San Francisco and the Golden Gate, you know, that place, that end place where you have to get to connect the two sides of reality back together, the Golden Gate. I don't know. Anyway, let's show you some stuff with this 1, 2, 3 here that's in here with the numerology, with the 2023 birthday, and the 97 stuff. Okay, so let's go to the chart array and I'll just show you that stuff real quick. So again, if you remember my decodes earlier on in the year, I'm looking at this date heavily, and there's the 5-9, which of course 5-9 is the day after 4-9. Okay, a lot of this stuff with the dam is to do with pi. Okay, and this row starts off with the numbers of pi, and so what is interesting about this is his number here. There's the 97 that ties in, and here's the 49 also, the 49ers, and also with the 4-9 of Labor Day. Okay, so that is pretty interesting. Obviously 23 isn't far away either with the 1, 2, 3, but you know, that's kind of, you know, we're kind of pushing it a little bit there. But what is interesting about the 1, 2, 3, and also the idea of the 10th month, and 10 being completion and starting again, you know, the reset of a cycle, is this 1, 2, 3 here, which is again the numerology for that guy's birthday. Okay, and what is also interesting about that with Labor Day is because in the dollar bill, let's just go to it here, when we go from the 5th of May, okay, and we go 122 days, which is the number jump that's encoded in the dollar bill, that takes us to the 4th of September, okay, takes us to Labor Day this year. That's already in the dollar bill. The 1, 2, 3 that we've just seen with this guy and several other, and in the table there, that takes us to the 5th of September, 5-9. Okay, Tuesday, Ruby Tuesday again. So again, it's kind of interesting. There's also another nice number jump that you can do. What was I thinking that number jump was? Let me show you a date here. August the 19th. Let me quickly show you this number jump because this connects to this as well. August the 19th, I'll show you where it connects in the table. And if we minus off now, minus 31200, 32,100 days. So we've got that reverse 123 there. It takes us to the 30th of September 1935, which happens to be the dedication of the Hoover Dam. Well, okay, so what's the 19th? Well, the 19th in the table here, let's get rid of all this bump so you can see. We were just connecting into this date here again, weren't we? Okay, this 59 that's here. So this 9 is important, and obviously 911 is here. And obviously if we connect all the way across, this whole number here now, okay, which is, oh blimmin' hell, which you can extrapolate the 19th of August from. I'll tell you what's interesting about that is in the Madonna jump video, I'm pretty sure it's the Madonna jump video, she has, I think the word pub encoded in there, and obviously you can flip this number around and get, obviously the number 11 and the idea of the dam is, you know, the U, okay, and you can connect this 11 together to form a U, and obviously an 8 looks like a B, a capital B. So pub that she had in there is an interesting tie back to this date here. Obviously 9/11, 118, you know, and obviously that big number jump there, which ties into this, and also if you add all these numbers up in this row all the way along here, okay, this is the total for that. So it's interesting that it's 321 is the total for all that, and the 10th number here is 123. So just special stuff, and just interesting, you know. I don't know really what else I wanted to show you in there, but again, that 1022 that shows up a hell of a lot, obviously ties in quite nicely. And what else did I really want to show you about that? When you go from May pole and you do, I think it was 98 days. Oh, it was 99 days. That was what was interesting. So from Maypole, from May the 1st, 99 days, 99 red balloons, which again, like Lincoln and the penny obviously when brand new can be, obviously the color copper color can be a red color, or referred to as a red color. And again, 99 pennies takes you up to 88, which is pretty interesting. Because again, that song 99 Red Balloons ties back to Vegas, and some students releasing a whole bunch of balloons that look like a UFO and tying back to the UFO stuff now. So you just go around in circles with all the references, really. But yeah, what else did I want to say about that? Yeah, that last one with that last decode with Back to the Future, obviously August the 9th shows up. So Zach at Gematria Effect News was talking about August the 9th and these stories all popping up in the news on that day. And obviously the event took, obviously the Lahaina or whatever the hell it's called, that obviously burnt on 8/8. So if you go to the Wikipedia page, you will find, you know, 8/8 referenced, 8/9 referenced, 8/10 obviously, and 8/11. So these are all numbers that are all tied together. Pretty interesting stuff. And then of course I'll show you one more thing before I go. Obviously Madonna's birthday here, and if we look, you know, obviously 8/11 connected in there with these numbers here. And if you actually look at this now, so we've got Madonna here, okay, and then we've got like 111, okay, so that's very 9/11 reference there. to do with the Queen's birthday and to do with the 111 days left in the year when 9/11 takes place. Okay, so we've got 9/11 here, and then we've got 49 connected into that here. So we've got a cluster of numbers here that are kind of interesting stuck together. And obviously Madonna is stuck on this side of them as well. So that's pretty interesting. Obviously today, with the 13th being opposite the 8th, connected to Madonna here is pretty interesting as well. But of course, Diana died the 31st of August, so those numbers have already been kind of used, but could be reused, I guess, by Madonna, her death, and who knows. And the 19th, of course, that looks pretty interesting for a reference day, for a 321 reference day. So I don't know. I really don't know anymore. These numbers connect quite a lot. I don't think there was anything else I really wanted to do with this video. We've covered this guy's name. We've covered the shirt with the 49ers. This gal in the background with the black and white bars on. I mean, it is interesting, the red, the red and white shirt. So where do you go with it? That's the decode basically. I'm going to leave it there and not really spend any longer on this. You've seen the connections now. Yeah, I'll catch you on another one here pretty soon, I hope. Okay, thanks for watching, and ciao for now. Bye.